So this final question is from Brightside Viking. And he says, I have 2 questions. First of all, are you done with your Scarface playthrough? I played Scarface in the month of August as a downtime playthrough. A lot of people actually wanted me to quit the game because it was incredibly frustrating. It was an insane grind, which I didn't expect because the Grand Theft Auto games are nowhere near as much of a grind as that game is. It's a time waster. Keep distributing drugs to raise more fucking funds so you could buy more businesses, then you could get another story mission. What? Why can't I just fucking play the story? You know, like, but again, the game's really old, so I can't really fault it. If you look at sandbox games, they got better over time and they cut out that grinding shit out of them, right? But then what happened was all new releases started coming out. We had 2 weeks of new releases at the end of August. We had all the new stuff in September, and I always told everyone it was a downtime playthrough. It was something that I was gonna do when there was nothing else going on. The bottom line is, there's tons of shit going on right now. Like, there's a lot of new stuff for me to be playing that I don't care about Scarface. And the bottom line is I may never get back to it, or I may get back to it. It's not a concern of mine. It's not a major concern. Now, unfortunately, if you have been attending my streams recently, you've probably noticed a bunch of trolls who are coming in there. And, when's Scarface? When's Scarface? When's Scarface? There's not an overabundance of people who want to see Scarface continue. The game wasn't even getting great attendance or views when I was playing it to begin with. The people that want it to continue are people who know that the end of the game is difficult. They want to see me fail and rage at it so they can go off and steal my fucking videos and do stupid montages about it. I don't care about Scarface that much. I would like eventually to maybe finish it, but it's like the last priority thing in my fucking schedule right now. I could give 2 shits about it. I have a lot of new stuff to cover in the next few months. So basically asking me about Scarface is a waste of your time. And at this point, it's just considered a troll move because everyone has the answer publicly. There's no reason to ask again. So, just warning everyone, you come into my stream chat spamming Scarface, 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 you will get Das Boo. Alright. Second part of the question. Do you appreciate the people who try to defend you and or white knight for you? Trying to take your side and things can be a bit troublesome because false accusations most likely come your way all the time. And it does tick some people off because no one in their right mind can say anything good about you, right? Irony. You know, so here, let's talk a little bit about this. The bottom line is, by the way, I say the bottom line a lot. It's just a mannerism of mine, okay? I'm taking that back. Not the bottom line. The situation is, that's really what I should say, the situation is that there's a lot of negativity associated with me. At this point, it's just silly negativity, because a lot of the things that people take issue with me are things from my past. In the past, Phil used to say a lot of racially insensitive things. In the past, Phil used to insult every single game developer in the playthrough and say that they suck, and all of this kind of stuff. And the bottom line is, yeah, there are still opportunities that in this modern era, I do say that stuff, but when I say it, I mean it. Meaning, I'm not just saying it for comedic effect. If I'm playing a game and there really is a broken part of the game, or a game that all of a sudden a difficulty spike and I feel the game's unfair, I'm going to call it out. That's my style of commentary. I've always done it. And people appreciate that. A lot of people tune in just for that, right? But a lot of people see my older playthroughs. You know, we're talking 2011, 2012, when a lot of the times when I played a game, I would literally do this for comedic effect. And they take that as like, well, that's the norm, that's Phil. And they'll just insult me crazily, they'll say silly shit, you know, anything to try to get a rise. And there are a group of people who are fans of mine, who go out of their way to try to defend me, and it depends on the situation. Let me put it this way. If you see some idiot who's spamming the hell out of the comments of a video with something stupid, and you want to respond to that idiot and say, you're an idiot, because that's not true, you know, and here's why, that's a good thing, right? But going after people in a nasty way and attacking them is not what I would consider a way to stick up for me. And I know that there are some people that kind of go out of their way to, unfortunately, harass people. They do it on the forums, then they take it to social media, like Twitter and stuff like that. First of all, I don't condone any of that. I've never asked anyone to do that. I don't do that shit myself, you know? So for anyone to take it upon themselves to take it to that next level, hey, you know, I don't condone that, and you're doing it on your own accord, so, you know, you gotta understand there's consequences for this kind of shit, you know? And I think a lot of people don't realize that. They think that, oh, it's the internet, it's forums and social media, that's not serious stuff, right? Next thing you know, now you're in trouble because of serious shit that you said on social media. Who else reads your Twitter? You know what I mean? You gotta be careful with this kind of stuff. And I don't condone personal attacks against anyone. There's a lot of people who literally make it their main focus in life, their hobby is to troll me, alright? They've got YouTube channels dedicated to me and stuff like that. Do I like those people? Fuck no. But I wouldn't ask anyone to try to go, like attack those people or do harmful things to those people. Just call them out on their bullshit when you can, you know what I mean? But, no, don't take it upon yourself to have these personal vendettas against someone just because they're some kind of a fucking sicko and they have a channel about me on YouTube. Those people, all you gotta do is look 5 seconds at one of those channels, and anyone in their right mind is like, wow, this person's fucked in the head. You know, like, you don't need to attack them or constantly be talking about them or exposing them or anything like that. You know, white knighting, it's funny, because a white knight, the actual meaning of the term, is someone who went out of their way to do something morally right or just and defend those who are defenseless, right? And in a lot of ways, I am defenseless. I certainly cannot respond to every personal attack that I get on the internet on a daily basis, right? I just can't. But at the same time, you have to realize that there's some fights that are not worth winning, or not worth fighting, right? For example, here's a great example. There are YouTubers out there, much bigger than me, who name-dropped me in a negative way all the time, alright? There's certain ones, and I'm not going to bring them up here, and I would hope that people don't bring them up in the comments or whatever, because you're just giving them the negative attention that they want, right? The reason they do it is because, over the years of, 2011, 2012, 2013, when the "this is how you don't play" movement started, I became synonymous with, like, a bad gamer, because people took the worst parts of my playthroughs and edited them into these funny montages that went viral, so everyone's, oh, Phil's the worst gamer on YouTube, right? So to them, it's funny to make a negative reference about me because they think they're cool, they're hip, they're the hip kid. That's what these YouTubers are doing. Basically, they're trying to prove that they're hip to the cool, fun trends of YouTube, and it's fun to say that Phil sucks, so I'll just throw in a nasty, insulting comment in one of my videos about Darkside Phil, and I'm hip to the kids, right? I'm really hip. When that happens, they're basically turning into Steve Buscemi from that fucking commercial, because the bottom line is, that was funny fucking 2-3 years ago. It's so old and played out at this point. Most people who do those videos don't even get any attention anymore. No one cares. You know what I mean? But there's people who, like, they won't give it up. So, for example, if a big YouTuber says me in a negative light, insults me on a stream or whatever, number one, I don't care. And number two, me responding to it just gives them more attention. And I have better things to do than respond to every fucking idiot on the internet. So, I don't care. But there are people who will post it up on my forum. Phil, did you know that this YouTuber said this about you? Here's a thread about it. That's not productive. That's actually counterproductive, because all you did was give that bad person more exposure, right, on my personal forums, and nothing's gonna happen. I'm not gonna address it. I'm not gonna attack that person. I got games to play. I got videos to make. I got fun stuff to do. I'm not gonna sit here and fucking address every nudnik on the fucking internet who's trying to get a rise out of me and get some kind of a hint of popularity from people on YouTube because they think it's in the know and it's fun and hip to make fun of Darkside Phil. If anything, if anyone who does that, it just proves how fucking outdated and fucking out of touch they are with what's actually going on, because that was years ago. Yeah, if this was 2-3 years ago, when people were making these super popular, this is how you don't play videos, getting millions of views, yeah, maybe then it made sense. Not now, 2016? What the fuck? There's so many other things you could say about me that are more pertinent than something like insulting about how I'm a bad gamer or something. Like, you're an idiot. You're a fucking idiot and a hack. And those people are just so fucking pathetic because it just shows, oh, I need to try to really be in touch with the kiddies so I don't lose $1 of revenue today. Get the fuck out of here. So, that kind of white knighting isn't needed. You don't need to go attack that YouTuber. You don't need to post it on my forums. You don't need to go on Twitter. You know what I mean? Just daily stuff is the best way. Sharing my videos. Telling someone when you see something that's good, right? And getting me a little bit more of attention on my business. That's the positive stuff you can do. And yeah, if you see stupid shit in comments. Here's one thing, though, that I do want to say. One thing that most people don't do when they like my stuff is like it. And I mean that. You're watching a live stream, like it. You're watching a video that you really enjoy, like it. And I know it takes a little bit of extra effort to do it, and I've never gone out of my way in my YouTube career to like it, but the bottom line is there's a group of people out there who literally just watch my stuff to dislike it. And you'll see on certain gameplay videos and certain things, all of a sudden there's tons of dislikes. Where the fuck did these come from? Idiots. Idiots who are there only to be negative idiots, right? But the thing is, there's a lot more people who like my stuff than dislike it, but they don't click the like. So you don't see it because, I've never asked for that over the years. So if you really want to help me, don't attack these people. Don't go personal against them. Don't post shit on the forums about the negativity. Just go like my videos and be happy about watching them and share them with others.